Your brain can't tell the difference between reality and imagination. Every time you picture your future self with enough emotion, your neurons fire as though it's already happening. That means transformation isn't fantasy, it's biology. And today you'll learn how science proves that you can literally train your brain to become someone new. Welcome to Quantum Life. In our last episode, we explored the death of the old self, how emotional memories and predictive loops keep us repeating who we've been. Once awareness breaks that pattern, the mind becomes an open canvas again. Now we move to the next step, the act of becoming. If consciousness is the observer that shapes reality, identity is the lens it uses. So the question becomes, how do you change the lens? How do you move from old wiring to a new state of being that feels natural, automatic, and real? Let's look at the science. At the University of Wisconsin-Madison, neuroscientist Richard Davidson scanned long-term meditators and found that sustained mental and emotional training rewires neural networks responsible for attention, compassion, and emotional balance. Repeated mental states become physical traits. The brain doesn't just reflect experience, it records it. This means that when you consistently imagine your future self and maintain the emotion that version of you would feel, your brain begins to encode that as memory. Emotion tells the nervous system, "This is happening now." Andy Clark, professor of cognitive science at the University of Sussex, calls this the predictive processing model. Your brain is a prediction engine, always guessing who you are and what's next. It only updates its sense of self when new evidence contradicts the old model. So when you act as the person you're becoming, even before results appear, you supply that new evidence. You stop living from memory and start living from imagination. Dr. Joe Dispenza describes this as mental rehearsal. His studies show that combining focused intention with elevated emotion creates measurable coherence in the brain. Disconnected regions start to synchronize. The prefrontal cortex and limbic system work in harmony. The brain begins broadcasting a new identity. At Stanford University, Dr. Andrew Huberman found that when attention and emotion merge, chemicals like acetylcholine and dopamine surge, marking the experience as important. That signal tells your brain, build this pathway, repeat this state. That's how identity becomes habit. So when you visualize your desired self and genuinely feel gratitude or confidence as if it's already real, you're not pretending, you're programming. The problem is that most people visualize once, then return to old emotional habits that cancel the signal. The brain follows emotion, not words. If thoughts say, "I'm abundant," but feelings whisper, "I'm still lacking," emotion wins every time. Real change happens when thought and feeling align, when coherence replaces contradiction. Let's apply this. Picture someone rebuilding confidence after years of self-doubt. If they wake each morning replaying old failures, the brain expects failure. But if they rehearse walking tall, breathing steadily, feeling calm, and repeat it daily, the brain begins to treat that state as familiar. Soon, confidence isn't an act, it's identity. Try this experiment today. Close your eyes. See the version of yourself who has already become everything you aspire to be. Notice how that person breathes, stands, feels. Stay in that energy for 60 seconds. Your nervous system will start memorizing it, just as it once memorized your old limitations. Because in neuroscience, repetition builds reality. And in quantum physics, observation makes it so. To summarize, see it. Imagine the new identity in vivid sensory detail. Feel it. Link emotion to the vision. Emotion is the neural glue. Be it. Act in small, consistent ways that prove it's true. Do this long enough, and your brain stops predicting the old you. It starts expecting and reinforcing the new one. That's how you shift identity. Not by forcing the change, but by embodying it until the brain agrees. In our next episode, The Observer Within, how to step outside the program, We'll explore how to stay conscious while the old wiring tries to pull you back, and how to stabilize the new self before it fades. Thank you for watching Quantum Life. If this episode inspired you, like, subscribe, and share it with someone ready to evolve. You'll find recommended books and studies in the description below. And remember, the brain rewires itself to match your most consistent emotion. Choose the one your future self would feel.